about changing the job positions and the job that that the new employee will have. So, any questions on that? And I make the motion that we rename and restructure the position of city administrative assistant to administrative officer and authorize the attorney to draft the ordinance.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Next up is the new salary position of a finance officer. We are going to be talking about making this a new position. So we have a discussion on that.
One thing
Yeah.
on the list, it's anytime we refer to, it's all a he. Is that how we do it?
That's how the whole code book is written.
Okay.
And rather than rewrite certain sections, and even for my gender, I don't mind if it reads either one, to be honest with you.
Don't want to get in trouble, you know.
Yeah, no. That would take a lot of he, she updating of the whole book, and I think we know the work will get done, so.
Okay, any more discussion? All right, well then, I move we establish a new salary position of finance officer and authorize the attorney to draft the ordinance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Next up, we need to go to executive session to talk about the finance officer spot. So I move that we convene into executive session under section 6 ILCS 120, section 2 of the Open Meeting Act.
Second. Okay.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, go to executive session.
6:08.
So I wake up the lawyer so he goes,
Oh.
I gotta get up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay. All right. We will call in the order again, the personnel committee out of executive session at 6:29. All right. Under personnel matters, like I said, we're just in executive session. We have no action taken on that. And so then we move to number 6, finance officer. We'll have no action taken on that subject either. So let's go to number 7, update the residency requirements for salaried employees. You guys are looking at the packet. We're talking about a time frame that we can, that response time, things like that for our salary employees. You guys have any comments? What do you think? All right, so I know things we've talked about, the city superintendent and the police chief, keep a residency requirement in town. And then the code administrator, and where's the other one at? Let's see. What's that? Yeah, the new administrative officer. I'd say the administrative officer and the code enforcer, we will negotiate. We prefer they live in town, but we will negotiate for outside of town. Anybody have any comments?
And then same for the finance officer?
Yeah, same as finance. Do you want them in town?
No.
No, finance, okay. Simple.
That could be
So
negotiable.
so it's city superintendent and police chief, residency inside of town. The other 3 salary would be negotiable. We would rather have them in town, but it's negotiable outside.
So were you going to consider anything for chief of police or superintendent, any distance outside of town?
You guys have any comment?
I don't know that they necessarily need to be in the city limits. I mean, I would say within a certain amount of time is sufficient.
10 minutes?
I would say in 10, 15 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
I mean,
You make multiple motions here?
I think you can make them all in that one big one.
All right, so I move we update the residency requirements for salary employees, administrative officer, finance and code administrator. We prefer to live in city limits, yet negotiable. City superintendent and chief of police, we prefer to live in city limits, although they may live within, 10 or 15?
10 minutes.
10, okay. Within 10 minutes of the city limits for any position. No city vehicle may be driven outside the city limits daily to travel to and from home. And the authorize the attorney to draft ordinance for this.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, next up, it's the CC annual appointments and add language for removal or replacement. Any discussion on that? None, okay. I move we cease the annual appointments and add language for the removal or replacement and authorize the attorney to draft an ordinance.
Second.
All right. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Next up is eliminate administrative time. Talked about that with the mayor's talk with all the department heads. So, any discussion? All right, I move we eliminate admin time and authorize attorney to draft the ordinance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. And any public comments, anything for the good of the city? Hearing none, I'll close personnel committee at 6:33.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. Next up is public health and safety, so I guess I'll take that one. Old business, FOP negotiations, just as an update to everyone, we will start that.
People.
Oh, people, thank you. Not used to doing this. All right, let's take attendance here at 6:34. We have in-house Reiniker, Giebert, and Nevoy. Absent is Hanabit and Dojan. Now we can roll. Old business, FOP negotiations. We'll be doing those on March 27th, so just kind of an FYI on that. And then shifting to new business, I will call for a motion to approve your minutes of February 19th.
So move.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Departmental activity report. John, anything to highlight on that? Any questions? Okay. Next up, are any public comments in that committee? Okay, hearing none, I will close that meeting at 6:34. Next up is cultural, so I guess I get that one too. Okay, we'll call cultural to order at 6:34. Schwarzkopf and Dojan are absent, but Demond, Reiniker, and Giebert are present. So new business, I'll call for a motion on those prior month's meeting minutes of February 19th.
So move.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. We have a request from Santa's Village to collect at the four-way stop on July 25th from 3 to 6. I'll ask for a motion on that.
So move.
Second.
Okay, we have motion and a second on that. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item in your packet is a budget for the solar eclipse. It's not to exceed $1,500 for a variety of items. Anyone want to discuss those a little bit, or you good?
The
Says 15,000.
City is, this is the total cost? The city's gonna put it all, the chamber's not putting any money?
The chamber's doing more like of the marketing end of it is what they have decided to do, so. And apparently this was agreed upon a few weeks ago in some meetings that we had a representative at, so. But yeah, I questioned them too on that, Mike, but they're like I said, they're doing the marketing end of it and handling those expenses. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'll call for a motion on this.
Second.
I did.
I make a motion that
Yeah.
we approve a not to exceed of $1,500 for the solar. It's
No, it's 1,500. The budget, we have, we've, yeah.
15,000 bond.
The tourism line has 15,000 in
That's
it.
what it has in it.
Yeah.
It's a not to exceed 15.
Oh, I see, our budget has. it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're just showing that we do have some budget monies to cover this. Too many similar numbers. Okay, we have a motion. Did we get a second on that?
Second.
Okay. Motion second. Any further discussion? So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Next up, I would need a motion for just simply, we're authorizing the food vendors, music, trash cans, electrical, and that at the Lincoln Park for the solar eclipse event on the 8th. So I'll call for a motion.
I make a motion to authorize to allow food vendors, music, and all other items needed at Lincoln Park for April the 8th.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion?
Now, these vendors will have to have the same license that anybody else would.
Yeah, I have to give that a little bit of thought, Mike. I think, let me double check on that. If they're a food vendor, they would have to go through our normal.
Yeah.
And actually, technically, they're allowed in the park. The allowance already stands for some of that, so, but I will double check on that, Mike.
More CYA, anything else?
Let's see here, and so we've got a motion and second, so, and we discussed any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Are there any comments for cultural? Okay, hearing none, I'll call that end at 6:38, and we'll move to Public Works, which will be informational only with your head count.
Okay, so I make a motion, we call the Public Works at 6:38 with myself. That's it.
And Reiniger.
Nobody else is here.
Reiniger, I'm here.
Oh, I forgot your name. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Oh, okay.
I can't call him because nobody to do beside you and me, so we can't have a motion.
So there's no motion, so we'll just talk about things. Is that okay?
That's right.
Blind man?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, under old business.
The power plant generation runs as per scheduled. Did get tentative date for our urge testing coming up, so that'll be in July, but more details will follow on that. The utilities and streets, no report or any new items for any of those.
Hey, Josh, what happened Sunday with the power?
Squirrel.
Oh,
And Saturday was a squirrel.
There's
no.
must have been a lot of squirrels
Yes.
this week.
to have a moment of silence for them.
That's all under the old business.
Okay. New business, there's no approval because we don't have a quorum, but otherwise authorization to fill the water and sewer tech.
Just a
position.
quick update, Kurt and I did meet with some interest. We had two individuals put in interest sheets for that position. With that, just meeting today, we had discussed with both of them that we would just like to wait and give us a little more time to go through everything. If they have questions, they have time. So maybe potentially looking at having something on the council meeting for a recommendation at that time for that position.
Okay.
Next item is the parks part-time labor. So you have somebody, or
I
you?
will have somebody, we have the special city council meeting to follow here that we can do for that formal hiring.
Okay. Next item is the joint annual conference.
Yeah, that's just the annual conference that I typically would attend, and it's free for any of the city officials or anything like that. And this would probably just go to the council agenda under Public Works for formal approval, but it's the annual conference.
Okay. Next item is we got a training request for Daniel Kester.
Yes, yeah, as a part of the conference, they're doing a power plant operator seminar. They try and do these about once a year. So just, again, that'll be on the council agenda for approval of that training request.
Okay. Any other comments?
Nope.
I will adjourn at 6:41.
Okay, thank you. We will shift to zoning.
Thank you, Mayor. Call zoning to order at 6:41. Myself, Giebert, Mond, and Nevoy are present. Schwarzkopf is absent. Redbud Business Park Expansion Project, the hydrology has been approved. The hydrology report. I'll let Jeff fill everyone in on what else we have going on out there.
We have one more application, and then we have a bonding that we need to get put in place. It's just a matter of filling out forms. The forms are in the mail for us. We'll turn them around right away. I hate to guess at how long it might take IDOT to prepare these, but we did meet with our Volkert representative, and we think we could probably put this thing out to bids and break ground this year if council so wishes.
Anybody have any comments on that discussion? Going on to the next one is the unsafe, dangerous, and abandoned buildings. I know you said were meeting with that guy on his shed.
Well, I had a meeting scheduled for last Thursday. He was sick. He hasn't contacted me back. I expect to meet with him this week. It does look like he's got it pretty secured. He's not done. He's got big plans. I also met with DeWarens, and they too are looking to get that barn taken down. So those are both ongoing.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Moving on to new business, make a motion to approve prior month's meeting minutes.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any public comments or anything for the good of the city? Hearing none, we'll adjourn the zoning committee at 6:43.
Okay, thank you. I will call the Recreational Facilities Committee meeting to order at 6:43 with Dojon and Honabet absent, but Peel, Nevoy, and Demond in present. Updates on the Rats Park renovation project. Jeff, you want to roll with that?
All contract documents have been submitted and approved. Right now, our general contractor, Nevoy Construction, is waiting for some preliminary staking, and we hope to see some earthwork start in the next couple weeks.
Okay,
We're okay with the grant and everything? We're not letting something slip with the grant, so.
No, we're
as far
good
as
with the
timing,
grant.
we're okay.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. We
My next
should-
report is April 15th, and the grant's due at the end of September.
We're good on that, so. Okay, we'll shift to new business. I'll call for a motion to approve the prior month's meeting minutes of February 19th.
Second.
I can't move, so you motioned.
I'll make the motion, he can make the second.
Okay, there we go. We got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next up is a request from the RBAA, the Red Bud Athletic Association, for some April 27th activities. I'll just call for a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor on that, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next up, just some financial planning for the grant, both the Oslade grant and the business park. The first part for the grant, we have the $400,000 saved in the park's capital plan. We're planning to pull $400,000 from the opportunity reserve and the remaining dollars from the park's operating plan to finance or to pay for the Rats Park renovations, because we have to put all the money up front. And then we ask for reimbursement back. This is a reimbursement grant. And then when that 400 comes back, we'll just put it right back in the opportunity reserve. So just to give folks an idea how that's going to work. Would it be advantageous to put a motion out so we have that recorded, how we're going to handle the monies? Yes, yes. Mhm. Okay, okay, then I'll call for a motion to do what I just said.
Second.
No, you're the first.
Oh, okay.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to utilize funds as I described earlier for the Oslade grant and Rats Park renovation project. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that motion carries. And then secondarily, we've had $350,000 in the parks capital plan that's been earmarked for quite some time that we wanted to utilize for the business park. So that would be moving $350,000 from the parks capital plan to the economic development capital plan. So I'll call for a motion on that.
So move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Keel? Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, anyone opposed? That motion carries. So everybody knows that way what's going on with the finances. Any public comments for recreation? Okay, hearing none, I'll close that meeting at 6:46. Now, you guys can hang in. We'll do one more quick one here. The Executive Session Minutes Review Committee. So I guess I will call that one to order at 6:46. Absent is Schwarzkopf and Honabet, but present is Demond, Nevoy, and Peel. First item of business would be to approve the prior month's meeting minutes, which would be October 16th. So one of you on the committee, if I could call for a motion.
So move for the
Okay,
approval
and I
of
need
prior
a
month's
second.
meetings.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Okay, then we'll move to a review of the prior meeting minutes, and I need to toss it to somebody else for that.
All
So,
right. I'll make the motion to recess executive session for the purpose of semi-annual review of past meeting minutes under 5 ILCS 120C21.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll go to executive session at 6:47.
okay.
All right, I call the executive session committee back to order at 6:51. And I will make the motion to release executive session minutes from October 16th, 2023. And the need for confidentiality still exists for the remaining minutes reviewed.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. And public comments, anything for the good of the city? Hearing none, I'll close the executive session at 6:51.
Okay, thank you. Just a really brief pause, and then we'll shift to the special city council meeting.
They work.
Work.
Bet it is.
Made him look a lot better. Made him look a lot better.
I bet.
And it's either Blair office.
It still comes through.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Joanne. We'll call the special city council meeting to order at 6:54, and we'll start out with roll call.
Alderperson Schwarzkopf is absent. Alderperson Giebert.
Here.
Alderperson Reinecker.
Here.
Alderperson Hannabud is absent. Alderperson Demond.
Here.
Alderperson Neboy.
Here.
Alderperson Dojan is absent, and Alderperson Peel.
Here.
Okay. First item up is authorization to fill the water and sewer technician position vacancy.
No action, please.
No action taken? Okay. Then we'll move on to authorization to hire parks part-time labor that you wanted to discuss.
Yes, I'd like to make, we did receive to fill the Parks part-time position. I did meet with a couple people. I would like to recommend to hire Bob Ziffel at the current rate of pay of $15.58 per hour, pending physical and drug test.
Okay, if someone would want to put that in the form of a
So
motion?
Mike can make a motion that we hire Bob Ziffel at the part-time parks. With
With exactly he said.
exactly what he said.
Okay. We have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to hire parks part-time laborer Bob Ziffel at $15.58 per hour, plus physical and drug testing.
Both will be done at the hospital.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, you can't smoke cigars while you work.
Okay. Hearing no discussion, we'll kick off with roll call voting. Giebert.
Hey,
Going around.
Hey.
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 Okay, motion carries. Public guest comments, anything? Anyone? Okay, hearing none, we will, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Nobody's opposed, so we will stand adjourned at 6:56 PM. Thank you, everybody. We did a lot of